There is a moment every English learner knows. You close the app, you put down the notebook, and a quiet voice inside your head says, maybe this is not for me. Maybe my English is just going to be what it is. Maybe I should stop trying. If you have felt that, this episode is for you.
I felt that last Tuesday. I am not even joking. I was trying to write an email in English, and I spent 20 minutes on 3 sentences. 20 minutes! And I just sat there thinking, what is wrong with me? My coworker writes these emails in 30 seconds.
And what did you do?
I closed the laptop, made coffee, stared out the window like a sad movie character.
You know what that moment actually means, though?
That I need better coffee?
That you care. You only feel that kind of frustration when something actually matters to you. And that matters more than any grammar rule we could teach you today.
Okay, stay with us here, because today we are talking about something real. Not vocabulary lists, not verb tenses. We are talking about the one thing that separates the people who actually improve their English from the people who give up and wonder what went wrong.
And I am going to give you one habit. Just one. At the 7-minute mark of this episode. It takes 2 minutes a day and it changes everything. But first, I need to tell you something honest about why people really quit.
Write in the comments right now. Have you ever wanted to give up on English? Just type yes or not yet. We read every single one.
English works the exact same way. It feels impossible before it feels normal. And the only difference between the person who gets there and the person who does not is one thing.
They did not stop on the Tuesday when it felt hard.
Exactly that.
Here is something that nobody tells beginners, and I wish someone had told me. Progress in English is invisible while it is happening.
Say more about that.
When you are learning, you do not feel yourself getting better day by day. You feel the same, or sometimes you feel worse, because you start noticing all the things you still do not know. But then one day, you are in a conversation, and a sentence comes out without thinking, just out, natural. And you think, wait, when did I learn to do that?
That happened to me with the word actually. I remember spending weeks confused about when to use it. And then one day I used it in a conversation without even planning it. It just appeared. And my friend said that sounded really natural, and I almost cried.
Almost?
I definitely cried a little. Just a little.
The problem is that the invisible progress period is also the giving up period. Because you cannot feel yourself improving, you assume you are not improving. And that assumption is almost always wrong.
Think about the last 3 months. Not about where you wanted to be, about where you actually started. Can you understand more than you could in January? Do you know words you did not know in the fall?
Most people, if they are honest, say yes. They are better. They just forgot to compare themselves to themselves.
Write that in your phone right now. Compare yourself to yourself. Not to fluent speakers, not to your classmate, to who you were 90 days ago.
Okay, real talk. I want to ask you something uncomfortable.
Go ahead.
When was the last time you spoke English out loud? Not reading it, not listening to it, actually opening your mouth and making English sounds come out.
And be honest with yourself. Because for a lot of learners, the answer is, I do not really do that. I study, I watch videos, I translate sentences in my head, but I do not actually speak.
And this is exactly why people plateau. You can understand everything and still freeze the moment someone asks you a real question in English. Because understanding and speaking use different parts of your brain, and you only build the speaking part by actually speaking.
Which feels terrifying. What if I sound stupid? What if I say the wrong word? What if someone laughs?
Okay, this is the part where we talk about the one habit, the one Leo mentioned at the beginning. Are you ready?
2 minutes. Every day. Speak English to yourself.
That is it. Not to a teacher, not to a language partner, to yourself, alone. In your car before work, in your bathroom while you brush your teeth, on a walk. 2 minutes of talking in English about anything at all.
What did I do today? What do I want to eat? What is making me stressed? What happened in that Netflix show last night? Anything.
Your brain does not care that nobody is listening. Your brain just needs the practice of going from thought to English word without the full system shutting down from nervousness.
I started doing this on my commute. Every morning, driving to the office, I just talk out loud in English, sometimes to myself. Sometimes I pretend I am being interviewed for a podcast, which is embarrassing to admit, but genuinely works. Nobody can hear you. Nobody is grading you. Nobody is watching. It is the safest English practice that exists. And 2 minutes every day beats 2 hours every weekend by a very large amount. Consistency always wins over intensity. That is not just an English rule. That is a life rule.
If you make it to this point in the episode, and you did, you already have more persistence than most learners. That is not a small thing. That is actually the most important thing.
I want to say something directly to whoever is listening right now and thinking about quitting.
Go ahead.
You are not bad at English. You are just in the hard part. The part where progress feels invisible. The part where the gap between where you are and where you want to be feels embarrassing. Everybody who speaks English well lived in that exact same gap. Every single one of them.
The learners who make it are not smarter. They are not more talented. They just decided that Tuesday was not the day to stop. And then Wednesday, they decided again. And Thursday again.
And then one day, they were in a conversation and words came out without thinking. And they thought about all the Tuesdays they almost quit, and they were so glad they did not.
That day is coming for you. It is already coming. You are already closer to it than you were when you started this episode.
2 minutes. Every day. Speak English to yourself. Start today. Not Monday. Today. On the way home. In the kitchen tonight. Whenever. Just start.
Drop in the comments. What is one sentence you are going to say out loud in English today? Any sentence. We will read them. We will reply to some of them.
And subscribe to Talk Sarah Daily. New episode every single day. You did not come this far to quit now.
See you next time.